Welcome to Verses and Parables and everything in between. Today is Monday, the 23rd of April 2018, and it is the World Book and Copyright Day. And in celebration of that, we'll be talking a little bit about the World Book and Copyright Day and how it came about. But before then, how was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend? Are you making use of some of the things we learned? I'd like a feedback to know if really what was helpful to you. At least I know that for some it's helpful, but it will also help to know if from time to time know what is helpful to you and what you'd like to know. You know that on this we talk about everything writing, everything paragraphs, poets, authors, grammar, English, history of word, and everything. Hey, Ngozi John Uya. Thank you for joining our live broadcast. Ngozi is watching all the way from Abuja. Thank you so much for joining our live broadcast. Today is the 23rd of April 2018, and it is World Book and Copyright Day. And since the celebration of the World Book and Copyright Day, I'd like to give a little history about the World Book and Copyright. Now, World Book Day or World Book and Copyright Day, also known as International Day of the Book, is a yearly event on April 23rd organized by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, to promote reading, publishing, and copyright. Ngozi, I'm sure as a writer / reader / creator, you already know that today is World Book and Copyright Day. Are you doing anything in celebration of that day? I'm curious to know, or has someone invited you to go for it? Anyhow, today is the World Book and Copyright Day. Now, the idea for celebrating this day originated in Catalonia. And I wanted to find out where on earth is Catalonia. And I discovered that it's somewhere in Spain. It's a nationality consisting of 4 provinces. You have Barcelona, Girona, Lleida, and Tarragona. But Barcelona is the capital and the largest city and the second most populated municipality in Spain. So now back to the idea for celebrating World Book and Copyright Day. It originated in Catalonia, where on the 23rd of April every year, St. George's Day, a rose is traditionally given as a gift for each book sold. Everyone gets a rose, and that started in Catalonia, somewhere in Spain. 23rd April is also a symbolic date for world literature, as it was on that date in 1616 that Miguel de Cervantes, William Shakespeare, and Inca Garcilaso, some name, died. I know you're watching from Lagos. It's good to have you. Today is the World Book Day or World Book and Copyright Day, also known as International Day of the Book. Now, what was I saying? We're talking about how come 23rd April is the day for started in Catalonia. It originated in Catalonia, where on 23rd April, St. George's Day, a rose is traditionally given as a gift for each book sold. And it is also a symbolic day because literature greats died that day. But the most interesting one was that William Shakespeare, whom everyone knows, not only did he die on that day, he was also born on that day. So it is a very special day. For that reason, in 1995, UNESCO chose the date to pay tribute to books, the authors wrote them, and copyright laws that protect them. Each year, UNESCO and the international organizations representing the three major sectors of the book industry, that's publishers, booksellers, and libraries, select the World Book of for a 1 year period. Chimoba Anyadegu Oba. Good to have you. Thank you for joining our live broadcast. Today we are celebrating the World Book Day and Day, also National Day of the Book, and it is celebrated every April 23rd. Every April 23rd is where the International Day. So this year it is all Monday today, that is today, and Verses and Paragraphs is celebrating the World Book and Copyright Day. I was saying that UNESCO each select the World Book Capital for a 1 year period. This title conferred by UNESCO on the city is in recognition of the quality of its programs to foster the promotion of books and to encourage reading. This city is designated as UNESCO World Capital undertake to promote books and to organize activities over the year, starting with the celebration of World Book and Copyright Day on the 23rd of April. Initiated in 2001, the city of Madrid in Spain was the first ever city to be bestowed with that title. And in 2014, our very own Port Harcourt was named the World Book Capital City. Port Harcourt is a South African city and the first sub-Saharan city to be so honored. So it is interesting to know that they are giving recognition to booksellers, authors, and libraries all over the world. Now, how many books do you read? To celebrate it today, why don't you share a story? As for those of us who are watching right now, why don't we share a story or read a book or something to celebrate the World Book and World Copyright Day? The 2018 edition of the World Book and Copyright Day has as its theme, Read It's My Right. And since morning, I've been flooding my Facebook page with posters and things about today being the World Book and Copyright Day. Now we've talked about World Book Copyright Day. Let's talk a little bit about something else, because yes, it's a World Book Copyright, World Book and Copyright Day. We've already given preeminence to that, and I'd just like to share a few things with you today on famous phrases. I actually shared one morning, and so far one person has responded. I post dash killed the cat. It is a phrase most of us always use. Curiosity killed the cat. Now it means being intuitive or nosy and can lead to a person's downfall. Curiosity killed the cat, incidentally, is only a piece of the adage. Most of these phrases that have been used, we are actually using them wrongly, and people do not know. I don't know how I started. There's a complete sentence, a complete phrase, or a complete sentence, but most of us use only half of it. And so I was browsing through my page. I now found out that this phrase actually have a second part. Now let's go. Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. So is curiosity bad? Because they say curiosity killed the cat. No, curiosity is not bad. It is great. And why do you say so? Because through curiosity, the cat learns what is going on. Ultimately, the satisfaction of knowing something or acquiring new knowledge requires a curious mind. So let's give the person half of it, which is satisfaction. Next time, don't just say curiosity killed the cat, also complete it. That satisfaction brought it back. Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. Thank you so much for joining the live broadcast all the way from Glasgow. We are celebrating World Copyright Day. 23rd of April, we celebrate book writers, books, their authors, and the people who publish it. Now that date was chosen because it was the day that so many No, not so many. Some literature greats died. Shakespeare, incidentally, not only was he born on 23rd of April, he also died on the 23rd of April. So in honor of him and the two other people, they now decided to name the 23rd as the World Book and Copyright Day. Essay, Bridget Deshe, thank you so much for joining our live broadcast today from Mesquite in Dallas, Texas. Although, if you are watching, can you tell me if you actually made use of the word beeves last week? And if you did, what was the reaction? Last week we were talking about plurals, and I mentioned that the plural of beef is beeves, B-E-E-V-E-S, and although is watching from, I hope he's watching from Mesquite in Texas, Dallas, Texas. I was going to use it in school that day, so I'm hoping he used it, and I would like to know what happened and the reaction of the people he spoke to. Angel and Daphne, thank you so much too for joining. Of course, thank you so much for joining. Today is World Book and Copyright Day, and it was established by UNESCO in 1995 to honor the memory of some literature greats, including William Shakespeare, who both died. Okay, first he was born first, and he died all on April 23rd, but not in the same year. So they are being honored, and by honoring them, they decided to make the 23rd of April a symbolic date for world literature. And on that day, three major sectors of the book industry, including publishers, booksellers, and libraries, they celebrate that day. Like a tongue twister. Beyond, I also select a world capital for a one-year period so that they can promote the reading of books. And in 2014, Port Harcourt, our own Port Harcourt in Nigeria, was named the World Book Capital City. And Port Harcourt is the second African city and the first sub-Saharan city to be so honored. The 2018 edition of the World Book and Copyright Day is entitled "It's My Right." Now, after giving you that history, I would like to go back to what we're talking about. We're talking about famous phrases that have been wrong all along. There's the famous phrase, "Curiosity killed the cat." But you know that it's just half of that phrase. There is another part. The cat doesn't die well. We think that it's going to die. But the second half of it is curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. So now you're asking, is curiosity bad? No, curiosity is not bad. It's great because through curiosity, the cat learns what is going on. And ultimately, the satisfaction of knowing something in acquiring new knowledge requires a curious mind. So stay curious. So when next you want to use that phrase, or you hear someone use the phrase, try and use it correctly. Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. So when you're curiosity killed the cat, no, satisfaction brought it back. So there are two pieces. Then there's another one again. People like saying that one, great minds think alike. I'm sure you must have used that expression, great minds think alike. People generally use this saying as a humorous way to point out that they share the same goal, so the same good idea, or that they both agree on something. You know, people like say, yeah, great minds think out, because they think that, okay, what we have said is something that's very intelligent or important, and I say, yeah. But it doesn't end there. Great minds think alike. Small minds rarely differ. That's the full sentence. Great minds think alike, but small minds, they rarely disagree. Some people say small minds rarely disagree. Some people say fools rarely disagree. So the correct phrase is great minds think alike, but small minds rarely disagree. So small minds are just comfortable in their own small worlds there. So that's what it means. Small-minded people close the doors on opinions that differ from theirs. They only listen to people who think like them. While great minds, they venture beyond the box and become even greater by learning other perspectives. So next time you are tempted to use that word, you overhear someone, great minds think alike, tell them, there's a second part to it. Great minds think alike, but small minds, they rarely disagree. They're just comfortable their own small world. Then there's this one. I'm sure there's nobody listening or watching now who has not made use of this. Blood is thicker than water. But do you know that it is incomplete? Because some of the words throughout the saying are missing. It is a misadaptation of a biblical verse that never had family ties in mind. Have you used that statement for blood is thicker than water? Now, the correct statement is the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. Can you believe that? I wouldn't have believed it myself. So next time you hear someone say blood is thicker than water, say, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. So this saying isn't about family. You know, when I say blood is thicker than water, blood is... The covenant is the promise exchange between God and his followers. So the blood of that promise of faith is more important than family. Faith above all. I hope you are getting something from what I'm saying. I hope you are learning something from what I'm saying, because it is interesting to note that some of these things down the ages, people are using them and they think that it is always good once in a while to the question. Now this one is another one. Like you say so funny. Money is of all evil. And this is another quote from the Bible. The partial form here leads one to believe that the very existence of money and all that it is evil. The Bible said, if you like, check it, 1 Timothy 6:10. For the love of money is the root of kinds of evils, not love of money. So money is the root of evil, but the love of money. The love of money is the root of all evil. If you check and see the way people love money, what happens to them, then you will agree with 1 Timothy 6:10 that the love of money is the root of all kinds of evils. Not money. Money is the root of all evils. The love of money. That is the root of all. There's another one again. Oh, this is most of what I've said. Jack of all trades, master of none. If you have said that one, let me see. I mean, some of the ones I'm saying now, if you've said them, touch hands and let me see. This saying has lost its sort. Its partial implies that being generally good at a bunch of different things is in the end less useful than knowing one thing really well. But do you know the full sentence? Jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than master of none. Jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than master of none. Jack of all trades, but oftentimes better than master of none. This saying was never meant to bring people down for not being masters of the universe. The quest for perfection is fruitless. Just learn to imperfect